Hi everyone, welcome to the Bad Racer channel. My name is Kyle. Today we are going to be unboxing and setting up the Logitech G Pro wheel direct drive and the Logitech Pro load cell pedals. These are available on Xbox, PC and the PlayStation. The price tag is a big one and it will set you back £999.99 for the steering wheel, and the pedals are £349.99. for a total cost of £1,349.98. But is it worth it? Stick around until the end of the video so you can see all the contents, setting them up on my racing rig, issues I came across and how I resolved them. Well, for now anyway. So we start with the steering wheel. Let's see what we've got. So we've got all the setup instructions on the back of the card on top there. Keep that safe, definitely. McLaren Challenge. Sign up to get some prizes. The Play to Win card, which I don't know what that is yet. Right, so now the steering wheel and the unit. All nicely packaged, as you can see. So of course there's the wheel. Feels really nice actually. Touch pedals on the back and the gears. Nice response off them. I'll see all the controls on the front. And take the quick fix mount on the back there, which we'll figure out how that's used later. And the control unit, which is actually quite heavy. So again, wrapped nicely. And there that is. So now, we'll check the rest of the box, which I assume is going to have lots of cables and leads in. So we've got power supply, we've got a European plug socket, and I assume the transformer for the wheel there as well. Micro USB, and this here would be the clamp. Only made out of plastic, but does feel pretty strong. And I think that is it. The box is now empty. So now we are on to the pedals. Okay. So first thing, instructions. Never need that. Again, cabling. Put your gear to the test and win prizes. Micro USB cable again. A few more instructions and the load cell pedal setup on there and how to adjust them. We've got the different springs in these boxes, which I don't know what they do yet, so we will be finding that out. I know that they're the dampeners for the adjustment and some oil. And the main thing itself is the pedals. So again, considering most of this is plastic, it is still very heavy, but it does look very stable as well. So if I turn it round that way, just make sure we've got everything out of this box, which I think we have. So from there, it's hard to see, but brake pedal, accelerator, clutch, which all feel slightly different, obviously with the pressure that's applied. I can't go into too much detail because I don't actually know how to use these yet, but obviously along the back looks like the pedal adjustment if you want to move pedals over, or I assume move them around. So yeah, first impression on the build quality is pretty good, considering nearly all of it is plastic, except from the springs themselves. There you go.
Laid out on the table now is all of the contents out of the steering wheel box. Everything's looking nice and shiny. I'm sure I won't be able to keep it like that for very long. Now the pedals, you've got two cardboard boxes here, both with all the little bits of contents in, the dampeners and the springs, nicely packaged, so hopefully we will never lose them, but we shall see. I'll start now by dismantling the old Logitech G29 True Force wheel and pedals and getting ready to set up the new Logitech G Pro Direct Drive. This is where things start to go downhill a little bit. We do get around it, but the biggest annoyance is that the total cost of this steering wheel is nearly £1,400, and they can't supply you with the correct bolts to mount it to your rig. So bear that in mind. If you are getting one and you are putting it on your own rig, you are going to need to buy the correct bolts. I will explain it in the next couple of clips.
The first issue I've now came across is that the M6 by 30mm bolts that I used to have fitted into the previous pedals are now bottoming out about 20mm left of the bolt. So I don't fancy going to screw fix. I don't fancy going anywhere else to get new bolts. So what I'm doing at the moment is packing it out with lots of washers to give me the depth that when it stops it's tight, so I'm not driving that bolt too far through the bottom of the pedals.
Problem number two, because now the amount of force we can apply to the throttle, brake and clutch, you can see in the video the amount of flex that it's created in the bottom plate of the rig. Not ideal, but the best way to fix it, just stick a crate of beer underneath the pedals for now.
So I'm just going to put the steering wheel unit onto the base now. I have just noticed that there is 2 bolt holes underneath that do line up, but rather than bolting it, I'm going to try the clamp. So that removes from there. We have the clamp, which slots back into there, and I'm going to try and position it. As you see, this bar is going to be in the way, so I'm going to need to move the steering wheel unit forward just so I can get this wound up. Now I'm not going to go too tight with it because it's plastic, so we'll see how we go once the steering wheels are on and we've got a bit of gameplay to judge it on. And as I've grabbed this wheel and put a slight amount of pressure on it, you can see that it's sliding on the table. So the clamp is almost all the way up. Like I said, I don't want to go much tighter as it is only plastic. So what I'm going to do is get some more M6 bolts and I will put them into the mounting, the steering wheel unit on there. Hopefully that holds it together. So I have now added the bolts to the underside of the rig. As you can see, I've had to pack them out again because you only need about 15mm of bolt. Unfortunately, I've only got 30mm, so we're packing it out with washers for now. But because of where I've had to position that to locate those two back holes, you will see this clamp now isn't pushed all the way in flush because of this support bar here. So I've set it forward, clamped it up just to stop the front end from having any movement now, but it does seem to have locked up. It is moving, but that's the whole rig moving. I need to tighten everything else up at the minute. But I think we've got to the stage where we can start getting this all plugged in.
And finally, here is the clip of me using it for the very first time. Please keep an eye out for the next upcoming video, which will be the first impressions, go through the settings of the wheel once I'm a little bit more familiar with it. Thanks for watching.